Helldivers, officers, and loyal citizens of Super Earth, welcome to this meeting of May 22nd, 2185. I am Commander Ramses, head of the Super Earth Special Forces Helldivers Coalition. I'm happy to get this meeting started despite the circumstances. As we all know, it's a tough time out there in the galaxy. This meeting is issuing from a secure location on planet Fort Sanctuary, our newly established forward operating base. As you may know, Mars has been turned to glass, but this will not stop us from defending Super Earth. Today's briefing will cover the status of our fronts, intelligence updates from the ministries, community mobilization plans, and special recognitions earned in the line of duty. You are here not just to listen, but to shape the course of our next chapter. This is not a drill, and the war will not wait. We hold the line at Fort Sanctuary. We will honor the fallen. We will prepare to liberate the future. Super Earth for democracy. And let the May meeting commence with Liberty's blessings. All right, Helldivers, as most of you are aware again, the SESF Central Command Base on Mars has been glassed by Illuminate orbital strikes. The assault was precise and merciless. It overwhelmed our defenses, and we held on as long as we could, but ultimately, it seems that the base was annihilated. Long-range communications suggest that some survivors may be holding out in underground facilities, but the fighting across Super Earth and its sector is just too intense for us to mount a proper rescue at the moment. We do not leave our own behind, but right now we cannot reach them. In response, the SESF command has relocated to Fort Sanctuary. This is now our new operational HQ. From here, we will coordinate missions, record meetings like this one, and broadcast orders and morale updates to all SESF vessels still active in the stars. High-ranking SESF officers have been deployed to distant sectors with one mission: secure raw materials needed to rebuild not just our bases, but the hope of a future beyond this constant war. We are not expecting great returns from those missions, but even small victories will matter in the long game. Our Helldivers, I'm going a little off script here, they will come back with supplies and mark them as such, and we will use them accordingly. But obviously, resources will end up going to the rest of the defense forces. At this time, most ministries have gone dark, likely due to fractured communications or full evacuation. Only the Ministry of Defense remains operational and is currently overseeing all developments, logistics, and command decisions. Now, this isn't just about surviving, it's about preparing for what comes after. Super Earth, once secure, we will guess that the Illuminate will vanish into their own shattered dimension once again. We will rebuild. This is the future that we are planning for. This is the future that we are fighting for. Until then, your service here and your loyalty, precision, are all that holds the SESF together. Stay sharp, stay united, and Super Earth survives through you. All right, now we're going to be switching over to the SESF representative from the Ministry of Defense. Thank you, sir. You can take over from here.
All right, divers, listen up. The current situation is as follows. After the presumed second eradication of the Illuminates, they have launched a giant invasion fleet through the Meridian Singularity into our galaxy. The fleet has swiftly taken planets in their path, destroyed our facilities on Mars in an instant, and is now threatening the heart of democracy itself. This attack has led to increased mobilization of Helldivers and SEAF forces. 3 of our megacities have come under attack, with Egalopolis close to falling. We must not falter now. Deploy to Super Earth and stop them. As for the other fronts, the DSS has been relocated to Claral for repairs after being damaged by the Illuminate fleet. Its defense takes secondary priority should the automaton Scourge start to move. The Terminate front does not take priority. That is all.
Reporting for the Ministry of Science, I'm Representative Neon. A few things that have changed since the last update from the science side are that we've seen slightly decreased participation in science efforts within the SESF, which is of course saddening but understandable as Super Earth is under attack. And while we highly encourage you to keep defending our home, we would like to see a bit more pictures taken and reports made about the things you find on the battlefield, so we can do our job with it. Speaking in facts now, we have found 4 new types of Illuminate units. We've not seen any new scripture by the Illuminate, which has a bit hampered the efforts of the Illuminate Language Research Department. When it comes to the new units, the biggest one we've seen is the Leviathan Heavy Gunship. Looks a bit nautical, which fits to the overall theme of the Illuminate forces, and when it shows up, it can be a big concern. Its weak points are, of course, the joints in between the segments, as well as some of its gun modules. It is kind of structured like the automaton Factory Strider, that's it. And you can take down its guns separately, making it way less threatening. If you encounter one of these, you better have some heavy ordnance to take care of it. You will either want a recoilless rifle or a spear, maybe an anti-tank emplacement. Those all punch quite big holes and can damage it severely. If you find yourself encountering one of these, try to aim for the blue circular spots. Those will, in fact, disable its bombing capabilities. Otherwise, just try to destroy as many parts of it as you can. Orbital stratagems will be very hard to hit against these, because as their weaker counterparts we'll get to later, they move quite fast. But anything that just puts down enough ordnance in an area should help with taking this down, like barrages and stuff like that. We've also encountered stingrays. If you tag them while deployed, you'll see them tagged as interlopers, but we find the name stingray more concise and easy to say for most cases, so we've decided to christen them stingrays. And those are fast, agile gunships. They will swoop around the battlefield surveying for a bit before locking onto their target, slowing down and doing an actual bombing run. Those bombing runs are devastating if caught in them. They have quite a bit of spread on their explosions. Your best ways to deal with them are, of course, anything that's technically a flag. They do their job well, so autocannons on flag settings, airburst launchers on flag setting will work absolutely beautifully against stingrays. But to hit them, I recommend waiting for them to lock onto something, because when they do their bombing run, they'll be way slower than otherwise. Aside from the flag weapons, these stingrays only have medium armor across the entire body, so you will be able to hit them and take them down with medium armor penetration weapons, because it allows you to take stuff like the Dominator or the MGs to effectively dispatch of them. If you're using the large MG, you will be able to take them down in just one attack run, while using the lighter MG, you will probably have to go for 2. Still, it's a great way to dispatch of them. Just shoot them when you see them. If you have the capacity to bring a spear or a wasp, those obviously work well and will take it down quite easily once you have had enough time to lock on, but your special forces, you will be able to do it. For the flash mob, that's the first of the new ground units we've seen. We've had a couple of interesting discoveries. First, their general appearance, you won't miss them. They look, as you can see here, like just a big clump of voteless clustered together. They have 4 arms, 2 legs, and kind of like chargers on the Terminate front, they will see you and run towards you to try to close the distance and attack you in melee. That's one of the biggest things to know with them. They do not have any ranged attacks. They will try to close the gap towards you and hit you with their claw-like appendages. As you can see in the report by Specialist Winters here, these things are basically exactly what they look like. They're big clusters of smaller units together, which means that anything that will be effective against a cluster of small units, usually that's tightly grouped together, will be very effective against the flash mob. So try to go for flame weapons or thermite grenades. or any of the explosive weapons like the autocannon on flak setting again. What also works great is the airburst launcher. One hit can take out an entire flash mob. If you choose to not do that, you might find yourself having issues with this, because you can destroy a lot of its parts before it will actually die. If you find yourself without the proper ordnance, try to take out the different heads or go for the legs, as with most units. Lastly, we have seen large new structures from the Illuminate. Those are the overships, ships big enough that they can be seen from orbit. They act as bases and motherships for them. They will deploy Stingray fighters, Leviathans, and a plethora of ground forces, so they are a high priority to deal with. Luckily for you, we have the proper ordnance in place to do that. All your regular armaments won't do anything against them, but the planetary defense cannons dialed on Super Earth will take them down. However, you will need more than one shot, usually 2 to 3 shots, to take them down reliably, which means once you've reached one of those planetary defense cannons, plan accordingly. You will have to take multiple shots. This will take time. Usually around the same time you'll need for most of the other objectives. But keep that in mind. This won't be a one and done. You'll need multiple hits. Obviously, if something gets in the path of the cannon shot, it will be destroyed. So if a gunship or a Leviathan swoops in between to protect the mothership, you will still destroy the thing that took the shot, but you might have to shoot again. That's it from the Ministry of Science.
This is Commander Ramses. I often represent the Ministry of Prosperity. We'll be going over community progress and update projects. Over the last few months, we've made solid progress behind the scenes. Obviously, some of that has been wiped out, but we do still have our ranking systems, and we plan on calling out specific SESF ranks for future tasks. We want to shout out Phantom. They earned a unit citation, the Calamari Crushers, for their efforts in Operation Squid Pro Quo. We believe that these unit citations are more important than ever. Might be doing more of those over the individual citations. So even if you are an individual fighting for a group, you and your allies can get recognized. We've also added a new Spanish Helldivers group to our rank. In Caro, we would ask everybody be courteous and welcome them. If you are Spanish speaking, they are primarily Spanish speaking. We request that you seek them out within the recruitment pool. Superstore and economy, more items, better credit balances, and new ways to earn or spend have been coming up. We have all of those ministry jobs. We have special items within the store, and we will be adding more unique ones as we go forward in order to incentivize activity within our Helldivers. Again, those are most of those one-of-the-kind items, and some of them have been reported to have special effects. Now, there was a custom SESF cape. Unfortunately, that has been canceled. We may be adopting the Masters of Ceremony attire, as well as official capes and helmets of that for the SESF. That will be put up to a vote at some point, either the end of this month or the beginning of next. Automation tools. We've got some back-end things that we've been working on. Some of you may have noticed the current SOS LFG system that's been going on that has been added. The special thanks to the developers of that. I think that's Nothing Man. He's currently available here for communication for us and feedback. So if you have feedback, please use the feedback channels. That also goes for the Warlog. If you have specific feedback, please use the feedback channels for that. Those two gentlemen are doing God's work and helping us make sure that we get this going. All right. The SESF base is under construction. Again, we'll be needing supplies and other things to build it out. If there was something you wanted, part of that, we'll be putting together a task team in order to build a list and make it worthy of the SESF. Upgrades will have a vote, and if we achieve those goals, we'll find a way to make sure that we add them to the base. You may see us interacting with other Helldiver groups. We're not an island here, and we will take assistance and ideas from everywhere. Rising tide raises all ships. So if you are from us or groups that are participating with us, we have channels to be able to coordinate certain tasks. All right. Now, this is a serious reminder. I don't like to do this, but we seem to need to do it at least once a month with Dace. Now, we operate a PG-13 standards. We are an 18-plus community, but we expect a higher standard from our Helldivers. Now, this is the 18-plus is a hard boundary. Now, we also know that Discord is testing Face ID systems to show not safe for work content. We don't expect to add any of that. It's not within our mission, not within our goal. I don't believe that Super Earth needs it. Solicitation and harassment and community safety. About a year ago, we had an incident, but we've relaxed some filters since then, especially around language. You may see that you have more freedom to use the things that you do, but don't expect that if you use them against your fellow Helldivers, or if they are incredibly not PG-13 or incredibly inappropriate, that you will not have consequences. There will be consequences to that, up to getting kicked out of the community. We do not moderate the behavior of other servers. I know that this comes up every once in a while. We will review reports that include valid, verifiable evidence. However, false, exaggerated, or doctored claims may result in action. We bring that up because the prevalent use of automaton AI to try to influence our Helldivers has been a thing. So be wary of that. I should let you know that I, as a server owner, am a resident of Texas, and I am required to comply with local and state laws here. I also have trusted contacts outside of Discord who can assist with reviewing serious reports when necessary. So I don't believe that we have become a compromise, but if we do find compromising information, you can trust with us that we will follow a process to which consequences will occur. All right, and that's a little scary stuff, but thank you all for being part of the community. We covered a lot today, from battles on the Galactic Front to behind the scenes stuff. We're keeping the SESF strong. We're still here. It's been over a year, a bit more, and that's because of you, our community. We're not just another Discord server. We're trying to build something with weight, meaning where people can spend their time and make it feel like they have a little bit more of a better impact. We want you to feel that, whether you're logging a mission, cracking a joke, or helping shape the future of the server, you belong here. We want to be incredibly welcoming. And again, thank you all. Let's keep showing up, keep lifting each other up. Let's raise the bar together for Super Earth. Thank you all. This should be the end of the meeting. We will see you again next month. Meeting is already scheduled for the 22nd. If you have any issues or you need anything else, please reach out to us within the channels.